Hi, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you so much to my subscribers. And if you like the video, please consider liking or subscribing if you haven't already. Today I'm going to be doing a battle between this Kai and Fusion cartridge system. Now, all my videos are unpaid, unsponsored, and I have no affiliations with anyone, full disclosure. So this is the Kai, and I battled that last video against a Gillette Heritage, which is like a DE89, R89 mild razor. And the other day I also used the Gillette Fusion 5-blade system, also against a mild razor. And these both came up losers against the DE. But I was a little bit surprised by the Kai. So these are 5-blade cartridge systems. They've both had half a shave on them. I'm going to be using the Gillette Pure, and I'm going to be lathering that with a bowl and brush lather. Now, I've already spoken about these razors. They both have this silver strip on the side of them that makes them a bit slippery, unlike some of the other disposables, which are far cheaper, but they have this beautiful rubber on the side which makes it easy to handle. A quick word, I'm not a big fan of these because of their environmental damage. There's huge amounts of wastage with these cartridges because the head is not recyclable, so they end up in landfills. And they don't shave very well, and they don't last very long, and they do quite a lot of tugging. But I was surprised with this Kai. They both have this head that pivots. This one has a little bit extra. It moves side to side. The grip is a little bit better on this on the front and back of the Gillette. They're both very, very similar sizes. They both have lubricating strips. The Gillette also has this trimmer on the back. They're both 5-blade. The Gillette is a little bit wider. It's a fraction wider, like maybe 1 to 2 mil wider, and a fraction shorter, the actual face of the blades. So you've got thinner blades versus thicker blades. Now, even though they've only had half a shave, this is starting to have a little bit of what's called tea staining, a little bit of rust on the surface of the blades. And what that means is that it's got a little bit less alloys in it, like chromium and molybdenum, because that's what gives stainless the resistance for rusting. Now, with this particular razor blade, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means you have to keep it dry. High carbon steels that don't have a lot of stainless properties, they're usually more brittle but sharper. So that's probably why I had less tugging on this, is because stainless steels tend to roll, whilst brittle steels tend to snap. They're sharper, but they're more brittle. So if you have, say, a stainless steel knife and you drop it, the tip will bend, or the edge will bend, like you'll see it, the actual bend in a knife. But if you drop a high carbon steel knife that isn't stainless, it will snap. It's so brittle. Anyway, let's get on with the shave. Enough talking. Now, one of my subscribers is a he loves cartridges, and he says, "Oh, you're biased against cartridges," and I don't know if you want to call it bias, but I guess I am, and there's many reasons why. Cartridges are fantastic for people with motor neurons disease, with Parkinson's, with all types of problems. And for gents that are in a rush, that shave daily, and that don't want to have the hassle of learning how to use a DE razor. And the reason why one of my subscribers dislikes DE razors is because he says he always cuts himself. I'm not sure which razors he's using, what blade combinations, but DE shaving and cutthroats, they're not for everybody. I mean, I prefer DEs. I think most men should use them. So I'm talking like 80% plus should be using DEs, simply because for the environment, and they do produce a better shave with less tugging. However, the reason why I say that not for everybody is because, let's say you're learning a new skill like how to drive a car. Driving a car is a skill that not everybody can master, and not everybody should be driving a car. And the same thing is said for learning how to shave. It's an art. For example, with a mild razor, I mean, for me to cut myself, it's very, very rare. If I use an aggressive razor or something that I'm unfamiliar with, yeah, I have more likelihood to cut myself. So I've got 72 hours worth of growth on my face. Just wetting up the beard, starting to hydrate the whiskers. So there's a level of competency and mastery with everything. And I'll give you an example of that. Let's say I'm chopping an onion with a knife and I'm doing what's called a brunoise cut. It's just a simple dice. That's going to be difficult for some people to master. They don't like using a sharp knife. They don't want to do that. So there are products on the market like choppers, and they're plastic devices with that seal everything up. You put the vegetable matter in, and you just kind of slam the top, and it'll cut. And it's akin for me for someone telling me, hey, everyone should be using a slammer, or slammers are the right way to go. I don't necessarily agree with that. For me, I would say, yes, there's a level of mastery, there's a level of life skill involved in using some of these products and items and tools. Some people, they need, they don't have the skills, they don't have the motor control, they don't have the understanding. And I think part of that is from when we're young. So it's better to learn these skills early on in life. Anyway, enough rabbiting on. I'm going to be shaving the right side of my face with the Fusion, the left side of my face with the Kai, half a shave on each, 72 hours worth of growth. Gillette Pure on my face, it's been brush and bowl lather. Okay, I'm pushing harder on it this time. A lot harder. Yeah, around the moustache area, a lot of pulling. Yeah. And it's clogging up a bit. Only half a shave and 3 days of growth. Okay. Alright, that's half the side. Just wet this. Now with the Kai. Okay, interesting. So yesterday I actually found the Kai quite surprising, and this is clogged up as well. And just tapping it to clear it has caused the Kai cartridge head to come off. So I'll just snap that back on. It's not easy. Done. It's clogged. I don't want to tap it too much. I'll get an old toothbrush. Okay, clear. Okay. Still clogged. And I'm noticing the bottom blades are doing a lot of the cutting, but it's going all the way to the top. Okay. Can't get really under the nose as well with this guy. You can see a few hairs on this side. Let's try to clean it up with the edge trimmer. Okay, wash the face. Okay, so for me, definitely yesterday I was surprised with the Kai because it was 2 days worth of growth. Today with 3 days worth of growth. Yeah, even trying to rinse this guy, it clogs really quickly and I can't rinse it. Even tapping it, it clogs far more easily than the Gillette. So the Gillette is the winner for today, by far. The grip is better on the Gillette. It doesn't clog. It still tugs. They both tug. This actually tugs a lot more than I thought it would on the third day and the second shave. So the Kai is not as good as the Gillette Fusion. I've got stinging on my face from both razors. Whereas I wouldn't have that with a DE. So yeah, I just think good for people with issues like motor neurons or that have difficulty in learning how to shave with a DE. But you don't have to cut yourself with a DE. You can master it, and you can have years of shaves without cutting yourself. It doesn't mean that you'll never cut yourself. You can cut yourself with a with one of these cartridges. It's just less prone to cutting and to having weepers and things. But you know, the Mercure Future, which is what the gentleman was saying that he used, for me, I don't like that razor at all. For me, it's not a razor that I'd be recommending to anybody. In fact, once you've tried out other razors, I think that kind of goes into the I don't like it category very quickly. So what do I think? I think the Fusion definitely wins, and there's a big difference between 2 days and 3 days worth of growth for the Kai. The stinging on the face is definitely there. I'm going to have that even till tonight when my head lays on the pillow. I'll feel it on my cheeks. I'm going to use the Eau Sauvage one spray. Yeah. Okay, so that's my verdict. The Fusion wins. I don't like either of these. Limited place for them. Yeah. Okay, thanks for watching.